Anyhow, I cannot tell for the life of me if this thing is on. It is so bright. Look at this blue sky over here. How crazy is that? You don't see that often in the other seasons, but in summer, there's some pretty amazing skies. Can you see that? Love it. Love it. It is hot. It's probably 35 Celsius and 85% humidity this morning, so I can only gather what it is now at about almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Anyway, I had an epiphany today in the middle of my workday. I went, ah! And I wrote down something. So here we go. In the HSK listening, I was really struggling with the questions for the first, oh my god, the first 2 levels. And just recently, just last night actually, I realized that when I get to the questions, because there's usually like a few different lines, because they're like conversations. The hardest parts especially are conversations. It's like person A, person B, person A, person B, question, right? And so when I used to get to the question, and then the narrator asks a question about the conversation. When I get to the questions, I used to have to really spend time on the questions and really analyze the questions. I mean, the question words are very repetitive, right? You've got Shema, Wei Shema, Zen Shema. I'm forgetting them now. She, that kind of thing. So it's like who, what, where, nali, like where, why, how, that kind of thing. Normal question words in a different order. So it was the word order and that kind of thing that really tripped me up. So I was really floored last night when I did like a chapter 3 one listening that had 20 parts to it, and each time I got to the question it was super fast. Like I found myself breathing out in relief once I got to the question, and I don't remember doing that before. I remember the conversation being, or the sentences or conversation being easier and the questions being harder. So I don't know if this is a sign of my progress, if this is a sign of the sentences and conversations getting harder, or if, actually I think those are the only 2 options, or 3 is if it's a little of both. Either way, I'll take it. I'll take progress wherever it comes, however it comes. But I did think it was interesting that the questions are the easiest parts for me, not just to read, but to understand. And that was definitely not the case even a few days ago, a few weeks ago, and definitely a few months ago. So progress really comes when you don't expect it, because last night I was not expecting this. So, and I forgot to write it down, but in the middle of my workday, I definitely was thinking, oh my god, this is really true. All right, one more quick view of where I am in Shanghai right now, and I'm gonna go a little bit further and I'm gonna shut this off. So anyway, wow, if you're studying a language, or if you have studied and are now using a language, was there any one part of it that you really struggled with for a long time and then just accidentally realized one day that that was the easiest part for you? Please share it down in the comments below. I'd love to know what those parts of whatever language you were learning did that for you. All right, or you did that too, depending on how you want to put the agency. Thanks, Bye, Jen.